We welcome you to Southern California. Astros headed south after that San Francisco series to take on the team with the second best record in the National League, the Los Angeles Dodgers. As you can see, both teams have won 64 games on the year. The Astros one fewer loss, and the Astros have the best record in the American League coming into today, half a game better than the Tampa Bay Rays. The Astros with the final two games of this 8-game road trip coming up in the next 2 days. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. This should be a great series with two of the game's best.
Yeah, and you see the Astros with a very good home record, trying to play for that in the American League, but still some interleague yet to go. Big rivalry, big matchup. I look forward to it.
Here you see what they've done since 2017. There is nobody close to these two teams the last 4 years.
Yeah, all I've been doing is a lot of studying on the pitchers, Walker Buehler, Lance McCullers Jr., but the offenses that they're going to have to face are two of the best. And it's not even close who's coming in third and fourth place because these two teams have been dominant since 2017.
Astros looking for good starts out of Lance McCullers Jr. and Jake Odorizzi in this series. Since the All-Star break, the starters have not been as good since prior to the All-Star break.
And you've got some older guys in there mixed in with some younger guys, and sometimes fatigue can set in a little bit for some of the younger pitchers. It's something they're working through right now. Luckily, the offense is continuing to go out there and score runs to back them up until they get their feet back under them. And, of course, that bullpen is a lot better also.
How about Lance against the top two teams in the division this year?
And this is where you're looking for a little bit of hope against these Dodgers here in this first game of this two-game series, is Lance has been very good in some clutch moments against first and second place teams. He knows the moment. He enjoys the moment. That's why he got the contract, and that's why he's going to be on the bump to start this series against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
These two teams split the two games at Minute Maid Park earlier this year. It's the rematch of 2017. The Astros and the Dodgers, first of two from Chavez Ravine, coming up right around the corner. Also, we'll be joined by Julia Morales. She's back. She's on next. Call before you dig. And buy rooms to go. Save even more when you buy the whole room. And delivery is fast and easy.
The Astros road trip continues and concludes there in Southern California. You see at Dodger Stadium. Astros, Dodgers, two of the best teams in the majors, and recently one of the best rivalries in the game right now. These two teams have played more than 700 games against each other, but these two next ones will be exciting for sure. Great pitching matchups, and of course, we are going to break some of those big moments in the history of these matchups coming up on the broadcast. Todd Callis and Jeff Blum will have much more coming up, but stay tuned for more Astros right after the break.
Third and coming home, the throw to the plate, not inside. Astros win. Astros win. And has it Sips on first, and the Astros have won the National League West.
The heat of a rivalry is always in the history fought across time and space, where the names and faces might change, but the intensity remains the same. And long after the battles have been fought and won, the embers from the firefight still burn brightly. The dirt of the arena floor carries the sweat of rivalries that span generations, and every shot fired, every battle cry, every roar of celebration echoes through that arena for all time. In the City of Angels, one place rises above all others as a monument to rivalry and victory. A place where legends have been bred and born. In the arena at Chavez Ravine, the Astros from Houston and the Dodgers from Los Angeles have waged a rivalry that has stood the test of time.
He got it. No-hitter number 5.
And even though many of those battles, those victories and celebrations are gone, they are not forgotten. Tonight, the Astros return to the arena of their greatest achievements.
Game 7 on the road at Dodger Stadium, and the Astros prevail.
Where the sights and sounds of past glory will be close enough to see and hear. And the heat from old rivalries will burn hotter than ever. The Astros and Dodgers. are about to take the field. The past and present will collide one more time, and the rivalry will begin again. They say history is written by the winners, and a still storied rivalry will get another chapter right now.
Ready to go in Dodger Stadium. Jose Altuve digging into the batter's box. Walker Buehler on the mound for the Dodgers. First of a two-game series underway with the 27-year-old Buehler delivering a fastball that Altuve drives down the left field line. Home run distance, but foul.
That would have been an electric start to the game.
Woo! He was ready for that fastball up.
That's in his happy zone, too, up around his neck.
Altuve 0 for his last 7, but on this road trip hitting .300, 9 for 30 with a couple of home runs and 6 runs batted in. Astros facing Walker Buehler for the 3rd time in his career as he delivers outside for a ball, 1-1. Astros playing game 7 of this 8-game road trip. They lost 2 out of 3 in San Francisco after winning 2 out of 3 in Seattle. Altuve, a line drive base hit into center field, and that's how this game will start. Altuve with a clean single. Here's the lineup for the Astros with Jose Altuve leading off, followed by Michael Brantley. Carlos Correa moves up to the 3 spot tonight. Yordan Alvarez hits cleanup. Aledmys Diaz will hit 5th. Kyle Tucker in center field batting 6th. Robel Garcia gets a start at third base. Yuli Gurriel late scratch. Martin Maldonado behind the plate. Lance McCullers Jr. will hit left-handed and pitch tonight. Michael Brantley having a great road trip, 8 for 19. Has that major league best batting average up to .331. Brantley had to leave the game on Sunday. Good to see him right back in there after a day off yesterday. Brantley had a little issue with that right ankle and had to leave the game after stretching out for an infield hit.
21 starts this season for Walker Buehler. He has been fantastic for the Dodgers. 11-1, leading this rotation with a 2.19 ERA and that sub-1 whip.
On the ground towards second. Mookie Betts playing second tonight. Starts the double play, and Corey Seager turns it to double up Michael Brantley.
Walker Buehler's not a heavy ground ball guy right here, but he did a good job of getting one hit right at Mookie Betts. You can see on our mattress firm Super Mode, just quick enough to get Michael Brantley hustling down that first baseline. Interesting to see Mookie Betts playing a couple of games back-to-back at second base for the Dodgers.
Now Mookie coming off that hip injury. Played there on Sunday. He was missing from the lineup for the previous 13 games for the Dodgers. And now back at second base again tonight as Carlos Correa tries to check his swing, and he goes around. Correa also having a good trip, 8 for 25. Best hitter in the Astros lineup in his career against the Dodgers at .324 as he takes a pitch down and away for a ball, 1-1. It's going to be a live couple of games at Dodger Stadium. Fans are revved up, as you could imagine. Correa originally was batting 5th in tonight's lineup with Yuli Gurriel slotted in the 3 spot. But Yuli scratched about an hour or so before the game with neck stiffness, so Correa moving up from the 5 spot to Yuli's 3-hole. 1-2 pitches fouled back. Aledmys Diaz also moved up a couple of spots in that lineup, and Robel Garcia getting the start at third base. Aledmys playing first for Yuli. Counts 1-2 on Carlos Correa. Last time the Astros saw Walker Buehler was last year. That was on his 26th birthday on July 28th. Now the 27-year-old, one of the top arms in the National League, an 11-1 season and a 2.19 ERA coming in. Foul tip, caught by Will Smith. That'll do it for the Astros in the first.
They're in LA, and Lance McCullers Jr. is going to be that right-handed arm on the mound for the Astros to start this quick 2-game series. Doing a very good job this season, 8-2 record, 6 of those wins coming on the road. Doing a great job in that gray uniform this year. 3.23 ERA and still holding hitters under a 200 average.
Here's a lineup that Lance will face with Mookie Betts leading off at second base, Max Muncy at first, Justin Turner at third base, Corey Seager hits cleanup at shortstop, Will Smith behind the plate, Chris Taylor in center field, Cody Bellinger in right field, A.J. Pollock will bat eighth, and Walker Buehler pitches and bats ninth. Mookie has fared well in his career against Lance McCullers Jr. 6 for 12, a couple of doubles, and 5 walks. Lance delivers the first pitch for a strike tonight. Lance facing the Dodgers for the 6th time in his career. That includes a couple of starts in the World Series in 2017. See what Mookie has done on the year. That July month was shortened a little bit. Only played 14 games in July with the All-Star break and the injury to his hip. As he fouls one away, it's 1-2. Even though Lance hasn't faced the Dodgers since 2018, he left that game at Dodger Stadium after 4 innings with right elbow discomfort, would eventually have Tommy John surgery. He did pitch last year at Dodger Stadium when he took on the Oakland A's in game 1 of the ALDS. That ball into left center field. That'll be down for a hit. Yordan Alvarez in left field tonight will get it back in. Mookie Betts, a leadoff base runner for the Dodgers.
Looked like the changeup from Lance against right-handed hitters. You can see he will use that 12% of the time, but he will be heavy on that slider to right-handed hitters as opposed to that curveball, where left-handed hitters will see the curveball much more at 51% and less of that fastball. He's actually jumped up on that changeup to left-handed hitters.
Here's Max Muncy. Muncy has hit lefties better than righties this year, hitting .279 overall. That pitch up and away for a ball, 1-0. Lance last pitched on this road trip in Seattle. Picked up a W in 6 innings of 4-run baseball.
Kind of grind a little bit, but the stuff looked great.
Said he felt that curveball was as good as it's been all year. That used to be his bread and butter pitch. Now he's gone to the slider so much. But he did throw more curveballs in situations in that game that he hasn't been doing as much this year, but we've been so accustomed to in the past.
Well, it's got to be great for Lance to be able to have that slider in the mix. It gives him that legit 4-pitch mix. And sometimes as a pitcher, you can get into a routine or start to figure out tendencies against a pitcher because he's so consistent with one pitch or falls in love with one pitch. But the beauty of Lance is that he does have that curveball that he can go back to at any moment.
95 on the inner half. Counts 2-2. Lance probably pretty amped up. This is a big series. Lance pitching here the last 2 times he's faced the Dodgers. Game 7 of the World Series, his last start of 17, obviously, and then he started in 18 against the Dodgers. Swing and a miss. How about 96 with that fastball? Lance picks up an out with a strikeout.
It's good arm side movement. Again, that 2-seamer, Lance has talked about it. He creates movement because of that grip and the way his arm releases that baseball. But at 96, that ball is going to look pretty good for about maybe halfway there, and then it's going to jump away from left-handed hitters.
Now Justin Turner will bat. Turner also having a good month of July, playing his 101st game of the year. As he swings and misses at 95. Lance has been 95, 96, 95 his last 3 fastballs on the season. Lance averaging 93.7. Another 96 that Turner fouls back. It's 0-2. Dodgers coming off an off day, just like the Astros. Astros with the best record in the American League. The Dodgers with the second best record in the National League coming into today. Tied with the Milwaukee Brewers 64-43 for the second best mark in the senior circuit. Turner hits one to right. Michael Brantley doesn't have to move very far and puts it away for out number 2. So Lance will now face Corey Seager. Seager came back to the Dodgers lineup on Friday. He had been out since mid-May with that fractured right hand. See, he wears that padding on that front right hand, very similar to Aledmus Diaz after being hit on the left hand. Seager missing 2.5 months, just 157 at bats so far on the year. Corey playing shortstop today. They have a guy on the bench, Trey Turner, who's a pretty good shortstop too.
He might be better than Corey Seager. I'll tell you what, we talk about Carlos Correa and how good he is when he's on the field. Corey Seager fits that mold too. When he's on the field, he can be pretty good.
Fans have thrown something onto the warning track in right field, so that'll take some time to clean up. Michael Brantley pays it no attention. They'll hear a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's probably pretty intense in Dodger Stadium. They have a history of being one of the more rabid fan bases down there. Spent a lot of time in San Diego playing for the Padres, playing against the Dodgers, and they have rivalries with San Diego, San Francisco. This is a newer rivalry between the Houston Astros and LA Dodgers.
2-0 pitch is fouled back, 2-1. Mentioned it in his last start. He's throwing that slider to lefties too. It's not just the curveball to lefties. He has basically 2 breaking pitches that come in on lefties now.
He does. They have different breaks and different shapes to them too. You know, the breaking ball, the curveball he has is going to be a little bit slower. Still the incredible sharp break to it that's hard to catch up to. But now you're going to pump that slider in there with this a little bit of cut to that inside. Gosh, you'd like to have that call right there. Martin Maldonado having a conversation with home plate umpire Ryan Addington, mentioning that my pitcher just made a really good pitch. But yeah, just a little bit of a shorter break into it could tie up some hitters. There it was right there.
A little bit below the zone. That'll be a walk to Seager, pushing Mookie Betts up to second base. The Dodgers with 2 on and 2 outs, and Lance will go after Will Smith. Will Smith hitting .263 on the year. He's been better against righties, as you can see, with 12 of his 14 home runs and a .298 batting average. Didn't play Sunday's game, but went 3 for 5 in Saturday's contest. Dodgers coming off a series in Arizona. They lost the opening game and won the next 2 outscoring the Diamondbacks 21-3 in those two games. Two highest scoring offenses in baseball going head to head here. Astros and the Dodgers. Astros coming in with 580 runs scored. The Dodgers with 560. '97 doesn't miss by much. Lance feeling a little squeeze in this inning. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Martin trying to get him some of these pitches on the edges, wanted it down away, ended up, but still catches a portion of that zone. MD Anderson showing maybe just above that zone.
There you go. Swinging strike, 1-2. It'll be a playoff atmosphere tonight and tomorrow. You would anticipate great pitching matchups. McCullers against Buehler tonight. Scherzer will go tomorrow for the Dodgers. Taking on Jake Odorizzi in that matchup. Called third strike. Beautiful pitch by McCullers. Freezes Will Smith. A couple of strikeouts in the first, and we're scoreless after one.
Games between the Astros and Dodgers over the years, regular season, postseason. Here's one as recent as last year, 2020. The Astros at Dodger Stadium. They were trailing 5-1 in the 8th, but started crawling their way back into this one. They scored one in the 8th, and then the 9th inning, they put up 5 runs, a 5-run 9th. That would hand Kenley Jansen the loss that night. But they get the win there at Dodger Stadium, and we saw some of that fight. It wasn't a great year, guys, and you know that too, regular season-wise. That was one of the better games of the 2020 season in the short season. But we saw that fight later in the postseason that got them so deep.
I think Dusty called that the best regular season game all year. That was quite a comeback.
It was quite a comeback, and to consider you're doing it against the Los Angeles Dodgers and Kenley Jansen, pretty impressive.
Speaking of comebacks, welcome back, Julia.
Hey.
I wouldn't call it a comeback.
She's been here for years.
Lies.
No, it's good to be back. Missed you guys.
Yeah, good to have you back for the Dodger series and all the way through. Coming up with the next homestand as Yordan Alvarez will lead things off. Yordan playing left field tonight, and that usually bodes well for him. He's hit .350 this year when he plays left field with 8 of his 19 home runs and 18 RBIs in 18 games and left. And he's got a 3-0 count to start this inning against Walker Buehler. Catches that edge on the inside corner. It's 3-1. Yordan has never faced Walker Buehler before, getting a chance to start in left field a couple of games on this series, or in this road trip against San Fran and now LA, as he sends one high in the air to left field where AJ Pollock makes the play.
It's time to get out and play. It's presented by Toyota. Astros have plenty of experience in Dodger Stadium, and they even got some more postseason experience last season in the 2020 American League Division Series against the Oakland A's. They went to work. 4 games, 33 runs, and 12 home runs in Dodger Stadium. They're accustomed to having that kind of action in that stadium, especially in the postseason. They continue to do it against the Oakland A's.
The temperatures for that ALDS were right around 100.
October is the hottest month in California. It is the most crazy thing, but it's been like that my entire life. And we noticed that in the 2017 World Series when the first 2 games in LA were in excess of 100 degrees. But the same thing happened last year.
Tonight it's 77 game time.
Yep, you are correct.
Fly ball to right off the bat of Diaz, 2 down, and Kyle Tucker will bat. Tucker 274 on the year. 3 for 19 against the Dodgers in his career. First pitch is up high for a ball, 1-0. Buehler coming off a start against San Francisco on the road where he went 6 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball, walked 2 and struck out 8. He has had a phenomenal year for the LA Dodgers. If he keeps going like he has been so far, he'll be under consideration for a Cy Young Award in that league. Jacob deGrom has been off and on with that injury, but he was the lead candidate early. But 11-1 with a 2.19 in 21 starts. Pretty phenomenal stuff. Only Freddie Peralta of the Brewers has a better ERA in the National League, as the count's 2-1 to Kyle Tucker. Swing and a foul tip. It's 2-2. Astros coming in leading the Oakland A's by 4.5 games in the American League West. A's have a series with the Padres at home. Padres lead early 4-0 in Oakland tonight. 3-2 pitch fouled away. On the ground against the shift. That's a fair ball down the left field line. It'll bounce off the stands, and Tucker into second base, sliding with a double. Kyle Tucker with a 2-out double for the Astros in the second.
Not a bad job by Kyle right there, keeping that ball fair. Kept those hands above it and shot it the other way. See that extreme shift being played against him. Even if they were playing straight up, that ball probably still sneaks inside that third base bag past the third baseman. But good hustle getting himself into scoring position.
25th double of the year for Tucker, just one behind Michael Brantley, who's a team leader. Here's Robel Garcia getting a start tonight. We mentioned Yuli Gurriel scratched from the lineup, so Aledmys Diaz moving over from third base to first base, and Garcia getting the start at third. This is the breaking ball, 0-1. Robel on the season as a left-handed hitter is hit better for an average 5 for 18. All 5 hits have been singles as a lefty. Buehler throwing a couple of breaking balls to Robel.
We've seen that against Robel. A lot of pitchers will, if they do have that traditional breaking ball, they will throw it and see if they can't get the swing from Robel. It's up to Robel to just lay off that pitch or find one in the zone he can handle. That's what big league pitchers do. They go out there and try and find that weakness. There's advanced scouts out there. Your job as a hitter is to get them off that pitch and try and earn another pitch that you can handle. There's a little bit of a cutter. Buehler doesn't throw him very often, but he has a good one at 93 miles an hour.
Yeah, all his pitches are quality pitches.
Yeah, they're plus. You're seeing 2 guys tonight that have 4 plus pitches. That's why it's going to be kind of entertaining. We talked about how good the offenses are in the open, but you've got 2 very good pitchers when they're on, make it tough for offenses.
Good job laying off that cutter in, and the count's 3-1.
Let's see if he gives him that straight heater that Robel has an opportunity to go get.
He is throwing that fastball less this year. That 4-seamer to lefties only 49% of the time. But Robel might have earned himself a 3-1 fastball here. He got one and he pops one up. Shallows left center field. Who's going to go for it? It's going to be the center fielder, Chris Taylor, for the final out of the inning. Double, one man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, scoreless.
Weekend is this Friday through Sunday. Get your tickets to Saturday's game to see 6 inductees take the field pregame for a special Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Visit astros.com/HOF to see these Astros legends make history. TK?
It's going to be a fun weekend. Always is Hall of Fame weekend at Minute Maid Park.
Does that make me old if my ex-teammates are now going into Hall of Fames? Yeah, thank you. Julia's the only one nodding her head. TK's trying to figure out how to be diplomatic about it. Good to see you, Julia. always remind me. It's good. It'll be good to see some of those guys, man. I haven't seen some of those guys in a while.
It'll be good to catch up with the legends in Astros history as Lance McCullers will face Chris Taylor. Delivers a swinging strike. Taylor on a good little run here, has hit in 11 of his last 12 games. And he has played in more games than anybody else for the Dodgers. His 103rd game of the season. It will be interesting to see how Dave Roberts manages with Trey Turner on his bench tonight and playing time, because there's really not many weaknesses in this lineup to give Turner at bats on a regular basis. Look out, up and in on an 0-2 pitch, and Taylor ducks out of the way. It's 1-2.
Well, the combination of the run that the Giants are on and the resources that the Dodgers have, Dave Roberts is now managing an all-star team almost, for the most part. So he is going to have to manage some egos and positioning in that lineup. Great job on that slider away.
There's that slider that Lance has developed this year and been such a big pitch for him. 40th strikeout against righties this year, more than half of his strikeouts. Tonight's theme on our Twitter Tuesday is your favorite all-time Astros. Julia just mentioned Hall of Fame weekend coming up. Which Astros past or present would make your personal Hall of Fame? You can send those to @ATTSportsNetSW. Hashtag Astros Tuesday. We'll find it. Also, it could be somebody you feel like has been underrated and maybe not getting as much attention for Hall of Fame weekend. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball as Cody Bellinger bats with 1 out. It's been a tough year for Cody Bellinger, coming in at 163 on the season.
That's with a substantial amount of plate appearances too.
28 for 172 on the season as he lays off that breaking ball. And the count's 2-1. Early on, Lance looks like he has good stuff.
Well, that curveball he threw to Bellinger to get that swinging strike in this at bat was pretty wicked down and in.
Fastball upstairs, 3-1. Lance allowed a single and a walk in the first inning. Now he's 3-1 on Bellinger. That catches the outside edge on the breaking ball, 3-2.
May have been just off that outside edge, or maybe worked around that plate a little bit, but with that movement of that pitch coming back to the plate gives the illusion that it did catch that outside edge. Lance in this count at 3-2. What now?
Line drive the other way. One hop stop by Robel Garcia. Bellinger will be safe. Nothing Robel could do on that play, but he made a nice try to get Bellinger, who has an infield hit.
Went with the slider again, tried to backdoor, and Bellinger gets blown up. Jam shot going the other way. It was just hit far enough away from Robel to put him on the run. And if you can't get anything on that throw, Bellinger runs really well. Pretty easy for him to beat that out.
He had been 0 for 5 against Lance with 5 strikeouts. That was the first time he put a ball in play against McCullers. Here's A.J. Pollock. As you can see, this guy has been on a roll lately. 442 with an 11-game hitting streak. And he's 2 for 3 with a home run in his career against Lance. And he's the 8-hitter as he takes a strike.
He will continue to be the 8-hitter because there's 7 spots ahead of him that Dave Roberts is going to try and fill out with some pretty good ball players.
Pollock coming off a month of July. We're in 1121 OPS. That was the best month of his career in terms of OPS. Upstairs 101. How about some of these hitters for the Dodgers? They have been in a good place since July 1.
Everybody well above 300, and then the production numbers to go with it. You can see Pollock and Betts being those table setters as far as the RBIs are concerned, because Taylor, Turner, and Muncy have gone out there and driven in a ton.
On the ground, backhanded by Altuve, only can make one play, and that's the first. That's a really good play by Jose Altuve on a jump throw to get A.J. Pollock for the second out.
That was an extremely good play in that shift situation. Jose Altuve moving towards that shortstop side, throwing back across his body, and guess what? Aledmys Diaz doing his best Yuli Gurriel impression over there with the pick to pick up Jose Altuve. That was nice.
And no chance to get the runner at second base once Altuve went for that backhand play, and a great job by Jose to get enough on that throw, and a pick by Aledmys Diaz for out number 2. Now Walker Buehler fouls one away.
Aledmys Diaz showing his athleticism, moving over to first base, recognizing and getting out there. He thought it was going to be a little bit more of a short hop, so the stride was already out there, but he had to keep that glove back to catch that long hop.
Altuve checking to see where he's to play the pitcher, Walker Buehler. Buehler, a 122 hitter this year, 119 in his career. As he takes a strike here, it's 0-2. In his career, he has struck out 82 times in 151 at bats, and Lance ahead of him here, 0-2.
No need to mess around. Just go ahead and come with the nasty stuff.
1-2 the count. Lance has struck out 3. 1 ground ball out, the one that A.J. Pollock just hit, and 1 fly out. Lance continues to get a lot of ground ball outs on the season. Bouncing in there, 2-2. Twitter Tuesday, presented by PNC Bank. My favorite is Jeff Bagwell. Most underrated might be Moises Alou.
You could say that for a couple of different ball clubs that Moises played with. He had great numbers throughout his career.
Bagwell, Biggio, and Altuve would make my personal Hall of Fame, along with Nolan Ryan. Not a bad quartet. See if Lance can put away Walker Buehler here. He got ahead of him 0-2. He's missed with the last 2. Now up and away, 3-2. Rather not see that guy this inning. A little tapper towards McCullers, who will make the play, retiring the opposing pitcher for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, 1 man left on base. We're 2 through 2, scoreless.
Chevy Stroh poll ready to go for you. Make sure you jump on Twitter at ETT Sportsnet SW to vote. If you could move the Astros into another division, which one would it be? The AL Central, NL Central, NL West. Those are your options. And why? Vote. We'll reveal results later, TK.
So it's vote and then discuss.
Sure.
Okay.
Bring it. Comment away. It's Twitter Tuesday.
I like it. Oh, that's
We're
good.
getting social. I mean, you know, as I was looking at it, travel in some of those divisions are better than others.
I can attest to one of them.
Central division.
The NL
different.
Central travel is greatly different than what the Astros are going through right now. Yeah, because if you think about it, the Rangers and Astros are the two most traveled teams in all of baseball. And there's only one reason why. Seattle. That's the only reason.
What time is it right now?
Yeah, it's
in
only.
Houston?
Yeah, right?
We're just getting warmed up?
Yeah, welcome back.
Oh.
You've probably been staying up late during the...
No. I have not.
Here's Martin Maldonado taking a fastball down low for a ball, 1-0. Half hour earlier tomorrow, Julia, just for you, and getaway day. 8:30 start, Central. Maldonado fouls one away. It's 1-1. Martin on the trip, 5 for 20, a couple of home runs, 4 runs batted in. Takes one outside for a ball, 2-1. It'll be Maldonado, Lance McCullers Jr., and Jose Altuve facing Walker Buehler. So far has allowed a couple of hits. Struck out 1.
Good swing.
I feel like Maldy's had some good swings on this road trip.
He's done a really good job on this road trip, hasn't he? Driving in runs. Picked up some big RBIs in Seattle.
He has started every game but one on this road trip. Now is when Jake Odorizzi started against Seattle, so he'll probably have the day off tomorrow. As Odorizzi and Castro seem to be paired up as Maldonado drives one to right center field. That'll be down and all the way to the wall. Martin Maldonado with a double to lead off the 3rd inning.
Good job by Martin Maldonado. We were just praising him for how well he's been swinging the bat on this road trip, and here he is taking a pitch on the inner third, kind of inside outing it, but doing it with authority and getting it to that right center field gap. Puts himself in scoring position for Lance McCullers coming up to move him into third base, hopefully, maybe with a bunt.
They are really keeping Maldy tight at second base to try and prevent him from advancing on a bunt. Saw that work against the Astros in San Francisco, where Maldonado was forced out at third. You can see Lance tries to get the bunt down and misses the fastball. It's 0-1. See Lance's numbers in his career, 1 for 10. He's never had a successful sacrifice bunt at the big league level. That 1 for 10 is regular season numbers. Does not include his 1 at bat in the World Series at Dodger Stadium. Swinging away, and the pitch inside. It's 1-1.
That'll get the heart rate up.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's why hitters don't like being thrown up and in.
I kind of like him swinging away here.
I don't mind it so much, because if he ends up rolling one over and pulling it, he's going to move the runner to third base. And if he actually hits one hard enough down the lines, he could probably shoot it past somebody playing in. Because you've got both Turner and Muncy playing well in on the grass, anticipating bunt.
He just showed he wasn't going to bunt on the 1-strike pitch, but they're still in tight now with 2 strikes. A little surprised they haven't backed up a little bit.
That backed Turner up.
A little respect there on a 1-2 curveball that Lance doesn't offer at. Pretty good AB to take a couple of pitches in and now down. See if Lance can advance the runner here with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That'll be the 2nd strikeout for Buehler.
No Player Does More is presented by HEB. How about last time Lance was hitting in this ballpark? He did a great job in the World Series. Driving in Brian McCann. Ground ball to second base, and Logan Forsythe did not make that throw to home plate, and in not doing so, gave Lance McCullers an RBI. Helping his own cause as he started that Game 7.
Last RBI by a pitcher in a World Series game, Lance McCullers Jr. in 2017. And if we go to the universal DH beginning next year, he could live in the record books forever if there's no RBI by a pitcher in this year's World Series. Here's Jose Altuve, who singled his first time up.
If I'm Lance McCullers, I'm cheering for that.
Yeah.
Or I'm cheering against that, because I would love to be in that record book if I was Lance McCullers as far as the last RBI by a pitcher in the World Series.
Altuve 10 hits on this road trip and 31 at bats. And more being thrown onto the outfield by the fans out there in left field this time.
Not sure if you caught that, but it did look like as soon as Walker Buehler had to step off, he was a little bit annoyed by the fact that that is going on. Pitcher getting in rhythm has to be disrupted with debris on the field.
Pitches inside, it's 2-0. Altuve has heard it from fans throughout the year. Obviously, it'll be a little bit exaggerated here in LA, but Yankee Stadium wasn't too kind to him, and he put together a big swing in that series on his birthday. One of the bigger home runs of the season for the Astros. Takes a breaking ball for a strike, 2-1.
Staying away from that fastball in a fastball count against Jose Altuve. It's been primarily fastball cutter from Walker Buehler.
There's a line drive to left field, and going back on it is Pollock to make the play. Maldonado will have to retreat back to second. Altuve hit it well, but he's out number 2. Twitter Tuesday presented by PNC Bank, about some of your favorite Astros through the years on this Hall of Fame weekend. Lance Berkman, besides making the Astros Hall of Fame, he deserves to be in baseball's Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Can't argue with that.
Host moderator of the broadcast crew. Hey, thanks, Fonz. Yuli and Marwin. Here's Michael Brantley. Taking a pitch up, ball 1. Michael grounded into a double play his first time up.
Walker Buehler's averaging 95.5 miles an hour on his fastball so far in this game. That last pitch was a cutter at 92, and that's where he's kind of been sitting at with that pitch.
When you see his pitch by pitch batting average against on the season, it's ridiculous.
It is.
All 5 pitches, not counting the changeup, which he barely throws. All 5 pitches sub 200 batting average against.
Well, Lance McCullers comes into this game with a 199 batting average against, which is great for as many starts as he has. And Buehler comes into this game at 190 batting average against. To be 9 points better tells you that he is having a very good year.
These guys both are amongst the best in baseball. Certainly in batting average against, but also in run value on their pitches.
What is it about Vanderbilt?
Right?
We've heard plenty about their head coach. What about their pitching coach? I mean, that guy's worked with some studs.
A couple of Vandy Commodores on this Dodgers staff, Walker Buehler and David Price. Leadoff double by Martin Maldonado, and then a strikeout to McCullers and a line out by Altuve. Buehler has retired 75% of the batters he's faced with runners in scoring position. That's 8th best in baseball this year. There is Maldi. has not moved after that leadoff double. Michael fouls one off the hands, stays 2-2.
National League ERA leaders Walker Buehler at the moment at 2.15. Just ahead of Freddie Peralta, Brandon Woodruff. How about the Brewers pitching staff doing a great job? Astros got to Kevin Gausman. Helped push him down that list a little bit.
Well, they got 3 runs off him in 4 1/3 to push that ERA up. This one bounces away. Will Smith can't find it initially, but now he does as Martin Maldonado trots to third. And the count goes full on Michael Brantley.
Would imagine that's going to end up being a wild pitch. There's nothing Will Smith could do about that. That's only the 3rd wild pitch this season from Walker Buehler.
Well, the Astros trying to get on the board first with the major league leader in batting average hitting here with a 3-2 count. Brantley lines one to right field. That ball will be down into the wall. Astros take the lead. Michael Brantley, an RBI double. It's 1-0 Houston on the 27th double of the year for Brantley.
2-out knock and RBI for Michael Brantley. They had been testing him in. Walker Buehler was trying to get inside there, both with the fastball and the cut fastball. He actually cut this one at 94 miles an hour, and guess what? Uncle Mike pulls the hands in, gets the barrel to it, and shoots it down that right field line. That's a good hitter, thinking through the at-bat and adjusting in the middle of the at-bat to get to that pitch on the inside. Another beautiful swing and beautiful at-bat from Michael Brantley.
Here's Carlos Correa. Correa sends a foul ball out of play. How about Correa against Buehler last year?
This is number 1 on the season for Carlos Correa. That was a slider a little more out over the plate, pulling it into the cardboard cutouts. Getting things going for Carlos last year.
That was the first homestand of the year for Houston. Correa coming into today was 2 for 2 with that home run against Buehler. And they will make a PA announcement at Dodger Stadium as another hesitation in this game with the fans continuing to throw debris on the field.
PA announcer just got booed. Welcome to the club.
Oh, and 1 the count to Correa. Good fastball in the inner half. It's 0-2. Correa having a good trip, 8 for 26. Would love to drive in another run here against Buehler, who doesn't give up much. He'd allowed just 1 earned run in his previous 2 starts combined over 14 1/3 innings. That one's way off the plate, 1-2. A little tight. Count evens up. On the ground, right side, glove by Muncy. And he will make the play to first himself for the final out of the inning. But a couple of doubles in the inning score the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Astros.
was a special day at the ballpark. Astros actually inducted their first class into the Hall of Fame before the game, and then during the game, this is what happened. Aaron Sanchez went out through 6 no-hit innings to start the game. It was a lot of fun with all the legends around the ballpark enjoying their time. Meanwhile, the no-hit thing continued for Will Harris and then Joe Biagini and Chris Stavinsky. It was a 4-pitcher combined no-hitters. The Astros beat the Mariners that night 9-0. It was one of 2 no-hitters the Astros had in 2019. That was on this day a couple years ago, one of my favorite days at the ballpark, guys.
Did you interview all 4 of them?
I did. I also interviewed a lot of Hall of Famers that night. There was a lot going on. It was a blast.
So cool. Mookie Betts leads things off, bottom of the 3rd inning. Mookie singled into left center field his first time up. Swings and misses at that slider, and the count's 0-2. That slider for Lance has a run value of -11 on the year. A new pitch has become one of the best pitches in baseball.
That's pretty impressive.
Another slider pops one high in the air. Kyle Tucker in his 2nd major league start in center field puts it away for out number 1. Twitter Tuesday. Now, your personal Hall of Famers. How about Ken Caminiti or El Caballo Carlos Lee? Limatai.
Some good ones right there on that list.
Harry Kalas, Gene Elston, Lowell Pass. They helped me fall in love with the Astros. Must hear radio. Original Astros broadcast team as Max Muncy takes a called strike. Muncy struck out swinging his first time up. Max with a 6-game hitting streak going. Fouls off the breaking ball. It's 0-2. Early on, Lance has allowed 2 hits and a walk so far. Lance, with those 2 1/3 innings, reaching 100 innings on the season. He's only allowed 72 hits in his 100 innings. Excuse me, 73 hits in his 100 innings. He struck out 118. Walks are the only thing he'd like to reduce moving forward. 49 walks in 100 innings, including one tonight in the 1st inning. That batting average against, as Blummer mentioned, pretty stellar on the season as he misses up to Muncy. It's 1-2. It looks like he really has good command of everything tonight. Although that one slipped out of his hand a little bit as he tried to throw one to hit the outside corner on a backdoor breaking ball and it missed outside. 2-2.
I'm actually a huge fan of the composure and rhythm he's in.
Gets that call on the outside edge. Muncy doesn't agree. Close enough though with 2 strikes as he is rung up by Ryan Additon for strikeout number 4.
Good work in that outside corner with that slider. He's been able to get a couple of calls on that outside corner. This is a big moment right here, getting Max Muncy. As you see, maybe just grabbing that edge on our mattress from Supermo. Both teams have very good eyes and don't like to strike out. Muncy pleading his case to no avail.
Now 2 outs. Here's Justin Turner. Good slider on the outside corner for a strike. Turner of the regulars leading his team with a .297 batting average, also a team high 65 runs batted in coming in. Lance misses away, 1-1. Even after Lance left that last start at Dodger Stadium on the 4th of August in 2018 and eventually would need Tommy John surgery in November of that year, he did make 8 relief appearances in the regular season and the postseason after leaving that start against the Dodgers. Bounces in there 2-2. That's averaging over 97 pitches a game this year. He is in the top 6 in the major leagues in that category. But he knows this is going to be a game he'd like to last as long as possible, going head to head with Walker Buehler in a great matchup. And he gets a strikeout here, a 1-2-3 inning in the third. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. 5 Ks on the game. The Astros lead 1-0 after 3. Coverage cam on a Tuesday night in downtown LA, where the Astros are playing 2 games against the Dodgers beginning tonight. All the beautiful sunsets out there in SoCal.
It's amazing what that smog can do. I lived it. I breathed it. I know exactly what it is. It does make for a beautiful sunset every once in a while.
Here we go with Yordan Alvarez leading off the 4th inning. Yordan still doesn't have a hit against his former organization. Remember, Yordan was a Dodger. Never played a minor league game for LA before he was traded 5 years and 2 days ago. As he swings through that breaking ball, it's 0-2. He's only had 5 at-bats against the Dodgers, but he's 0 for 5. So he's down to the count here, 0-2. It'll be Yordan Alvarez, Aledmys Diaz, and Kyle Tucker. As he fouls that breaking ball off. Yordan starting 1 of the 3 games in San Francisco in left field. Michael Brantley getting a couple of starts in right. He hasn't been out in right very often in his career. Tonight's only his 10th major league start in right field for Brantley. The other 8 came in the 2019 season with the Astros before this road trip. Nice pitch. Breaking ball. Yordan called out on strikes. 3 strikeouts for Buehler and went out in the 4th.
Yordan swung at a couple of these breaking balls down out of the zone. Took the one in the zone. Goes down looking.
Buehler will go after Aledmys Diaz now, who flied out to right in his first at bat. Takes one off the plate for ball 1. There's a strike. Aledmys having a really good road trip. Had a multi-hit game in his first 4 games back off the injured list with that fractured hand. Also had a hit in his 5th game. He is 9 for 23 during this trip with a 5-game hitting streak going as he cues one off the end of his bat for a foul ball. And Walker Buehler ahead 1-2. Astros already with more hits than Buehler allowed in 7 innings of work in San Francisco in his last start. He has not allowed more than 5 hits in any start, going all the way back to June the 2nd when he allowed 7 hits to the Cardinals in 6 innings of work. Tonight he's allowed 4 hits through the first 3 1/3 innings. Aledmys Diaz reaching out and punching one to left. That's going to drop in for hit number 5. Aledmys now with a 6-game hitting streak. And the Astros with a 1-out base runner.
Just reach out and touch it, Aledmys. Got the off-speed pitch, the breaking ball, hit it like an off-speed pitch. Low velocity pitch, low velocity hit. It's all about placement, TK. That was beautiful.
Like it, Aledmys has been a big part of this offense since coming back. Now hitting .400 since his return off the IL. Here's Kyle Tucker, who doubled the other way his first time up. Tucker, Maldonado, and Brantley with doubles in this game against Buehler. That pitch drops outside for a ball.
A lot of pitches away on our MD Anderson strike zone, and he expands and gets off that outside corner, and it benefits him.
Sharply hit, and that is just foul down the right field line. Tucker with a count of 1-1. Tucker with his 25th double his last time. He and Correa have 25. Brantley now with 27. Breaking ball stays upstairs. It's 2-1. Tucker continuing to chase that expected batting average mark. He came into tonight hitting .274, but had an expected batting average of over .300 on the season. Fastball away. Dodgers are claiming that pitch was called for McCullers a couple of times, but he got the calls on breaking balls. That was a fastball for a 3-1 count.
Kyle Tucker is just a story of perseverance and not having to adjust too much. The last pitch on our MD Anderson strike zone off that outside edge. It's a little bit different when the slider breaks back towards the plate. But Kyle Tucker, you know, it was one of those situations where you just say, hey, you're hitting the ball hard. Don't change anything. They're going to start to fall, and they have.
And that went upstairs for ball 4. The Walker Buehler walks his first batter of the night, putting runners on first and second with 1 out for Robel Garcia. That'll draw a meeting from Will Smith. Corey Seager joins the discussion as well.
The Houston Open returns to Memorial Park Golf Course November 8th through the 14th, and tickets are now on sale. General admission tickets and venue hopper passes are both available. To learn more and get your tickets, visit HoustonOpenGolf.com/tickets.
That's the first time we can read that promo. The PGA Tour came out with their schedule today.
It's a good schedule, and it's very good to know that the Houston Open is going to be open and ready to go, because I will be there.
We'll both be there. That'll be a lot of fun. Second week of November.
It was a blast last year, and you have what, 20% capacity? It was a blast.
Garcia flied out to center on a 3-1 pitch his first time up. Takes a breaking ball for ball 1. Astros a little bit of rally going here against Walker Buehler. They've had a runner on in every inning. They've had 2 on in each of the last 2 innings. And Robel Garcia, a late addition to this lineup. Chance to do some damage here. Does not go after another breaking ball in. It's 2-0.
That's what I'm talking about. You know that you're going to get that off speed. Do you have the ability to lay off it? It's just interesting to see 2 breaking balls out of the zone after that walk to Kyle Tucker. So command, a little bit of an issue for Walker Buehler, but the guy who wants him to have command with that fastball somewhere out over the plate right now is the man at the plate, Robel Garcia.
He does get a fastball, grounds one to first. Muncy looked at second. He decides to take the play at first. Garcia retired, but both Astros advancing a base. Diaz to third, Tucker to second. And a call here for Dave Roberts.
Muncy wanted to turn that double play. That was actually a good route by Kyle Tucker. I feel like he got in that throwing lane of Max Muncy and called him off on that throw to second base and had to get that out at first base, which leaves that base open.
They do have the base open, and Dave Roberts is going to elect to walk Martin Maldonado here to load the bases up for a guy who already has an RBI at Dodger Stadium in his career, albeit in the postseason, Lance McCullers Jr.
It's a move that had to be made, especially when you're playing an American League team. I would imagine, being that National League manager, knowing that the opposing pitchers do not get a lot of at-bats or opportunities. And it's a decision where you don't want Martin Maldonado to beat you. Rather take your chances with Lance.
Lance was still in the dugout when they issued the intentional walk, so he was putting the batting gloves.
Believe that they walked him.
Putting the batting gloves on as he strides to the plate. There you see the last 5 pitchers with an RBI in the World Series. Lance would love to have a regular season RBI to his resume, and he Takes a pretty good hack at that first pitch and fouls one away.
I like it. He got a fastball. He went for it.
Lance has never had a regular season RBI before. But an opportunity here with the bases loaded and 2 outs in a 1-0 game.
If the Angels could ever put together a World Series contending team with Shohei Ohtani on it, that might be your pitcher RBI situation.
Yeah, with universal DHs looming, I'm not sure if Ohtani will have enough time. Lance taking that breaking ball. So he's seen a few pitches from Walker Buehler. He saw 5 pitches in his first at bat. Now a 1-1 count here.
There's always that chance there's a mistake made out over the plate that Lance could get to.
He takes pretty good swings.
Yep.
That's a tough pitch.
That's a pitcher's pitch.
Any lefty.
Yep.
Lance, another guy who hits with the arm that he throws with facing the pitcher. Left-hand hitter, right-hand pitcher. We saw that with Framber Valdez. The other way with a righty hitter and a lefty pitcher.
Does he try and do it again and have Lance just lash at it? Oh, there you go.
Ground ball right side. Muncy will toss it to Buehler for the final out. So Lance puts one in play on the 2-strike pitch, but he grounds out to end the inning. Astros will leave the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Dusty Baker talking about the challenging trip and the road ahead. And we'll show you how the Astros use analytics to stay ahead of the game. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded before every pregame and after every postgame show, only on AT&T Sportsnet. Twitter Tuesday, presented by PNC Bank. We asked you about your selections for your personal Hall of Fame with Hall of Fame weekend coming up at Minute Maid Park. Lance Berkman getting a lot of love tonight. Astros leading this game 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Colors will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Dodgers. Corey Seager, Will Smith, and Chris Taylor. So far, Lance, who has plenty of time to warm up after hitting and making the final out of the inning, has allowed a couple of hits and a walk. He has struck out 5, including the last 2 batters he faced in the 3rd.
Yeah, he looked really good against Max Muncy and Justin Turner. A couple of good sliders to strike out both of them.
Every start in July, Lance struck out at least 8 and had a season high 10 in the middle of that month against the White Sox. Here's Corey Seager. He has drawn the lone walk from McCullers, and he swings and he fouls the first pitch back. That sinker slider combo has been the majority of his pitches tonight.
Yes, it has, and it's been highly effective working both sides of that plate. That 2-seam run on his fastball, that sinker, has been extremely good. He's also averaging just above 95 miles an hour with it. That was a changeup.
How about that?
Nice play.
Picked nicely by Carlos Correa. Had to go to a short hop backhand pick, and Correa makes it cleanly to retire the other shortstop, Corey Seager.
That's a tough play because it's hit right at him. He doesn't have an angle to see where that hop is going to be and where and how it's going to react. So you basically just chest up. Chest on him is a backup plan because that glove is so good.
Only the 3rd changeup thrown tonight for Lance as he misses outside to Will Smith. Smith struck out looking his first time up. In the past, Lance has been a reverse split guy where he has held lefties to a better batting average and lower OPS than he has to righties. But this year, with that slider involved, those numbers have gone the other way to a more conventional righty on righty 180 batting average for Lance against righties and 225 against lefties. He's fallen behind Will Smith, though, 3-0. There's a strike. Since the infield hit by Cody Bellinger in the 2nd inning, Lance retiring 6 in a row, trying to fight back in this count. And that one's upstairs. And it's frustrated with himself. He has walked at least 2 batters in all 18 starts this year as he walks Will Smith here with 1 out in the 4th. Now bring up Chris Taylor. Doug Rader ruling third base for the Astros. 5 Gold Gloves, hit with power, put a home run into the yellow seats. The Astrodome back in 1970. All around great teammate. Red Rooster. How about Mr. Durker? On the ground towards short. Correa flips to Altuve, and nobody is out. Altuve tried to barehand it, and they don't get an out of that. Double play ground ball ends up being not even 1 out at second base. That can't happen against the Dodgers.
No, that's not something we're accustomed to seeing. That ball was never really controlled by Carlos Correa as he gave that flip. It was away from Jose, but Jose opting for the bare hand instead of trying to secure that. Might have been tough to reach with that glove to go over and try and make that catch, but as soon as that ball's dropped, that is benefit to the LA Dodgers, getting a base runner on what should have been an inning-ending double play. They're not going to be perfect all the time, but you'd like to see that lead out gotten.
Now Cody Bellinger will bat with first and second and 1 out.
So often we've seen this defense step up in so many clutch adverse situations. That was the one time we didn't.
Lance will have to pick up his defense here. He would love to get another ground ball for a potential double play, but with that shift on the right side, double plays become a little bit more difficult to turn depending on where the ball's hit. In terms of Correa having to move to his left, or if he can go straight to the bag. Bellinger hit one the other way on a short hop to beat out an infield hit his first time up.
Might be a conversation about what sign sequence they're going to go to. Maybe the approach against Cody Bellinger. But I would imagine somewhere in that conversation, Carlos Correa said something to the effect of, "Get me another one." Give him another opportunity to try and turn one and get out of this inning.
Error charge to Carlos Correa. Fly ball center field. Kyle Tucker to his left and in a little bit, makes the catch. Tagging and bluffing is Will Smith. That's out number 2. Bring up A.J. Pollock. Pollock grounded out to Altuve his first time up.
Kind of interesting having that, at least an open base out there, and the pitcher up next. Got a guy up in A.J. Pollock swinging a hot bat in July, trying to continue it here into August. Lance throwing some sliders off the edge, trying to get some chase, maybe a rollover from A.J. Pollock. Kind of a position where you don't have to give in to the hitter. You can still just stay off the edge, trying to keep him off balance, try and create soft contact. I would imagine Buehler's on deck.
Yeah, he's there. Nobody warming in the Dodgers bullpen, so he'll hit. There's a strike, 2-1. Now Pollock has been red hot. Just came off a road trip, 13 for 25 on that trip. Buehler on the year is 6 for 50 as a hitter. A 2-1 count here. Lance delivers home. This ball sent in the air to right field. Michael Brantley has a play on it. He will put it away for the final out of the inning. So Lance works around the extra out for the Dodgers and shuts them down in the fourth. It's a 1-0 game. On AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Budweiser Zero. Plan ahead for a safe ride home from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors Houston. And by Ford. Built Ford proud. Built Ford tough. Good game tonight. We thought it would be, with Lance McCullers matching up with Walker Buehler. So far, advantage Astros with 5 hits and a run against Buehler, as Jose Altuve will lead things off for the Astros here in the 5th inning. Buehler has gone at least 5 innings in every start, and he's gone 6 innings in 20 of his 21 starts. Only a 5-inning outing against the Miami Marlins on the road, his shortest outing of the year. He's a guy that the Dodgers can count on for 6 or 7 innings every time out. His last 3 have been at least 7 innings, although 77 pitches through 4 tonight, as he gets a check swing from Altuve and a foul ball. Altuve 1 for 2, lined out. Oh, no.
Doing damage.
Oh, that's expensive. That's expensive. Right into your living room.
Oh, boy. Hey. That was awesome.
So we might not see that camera angle for a while. Here's a foul ball out of play. It's 0-2.
Yeah, we need some help down there.
Yeah, that's not going to work. The gentleman behind that camera may have the rest of the night off. Oh, look out. I mean, the odds of that.
Oh, man, only Altuve in LA. I mean, really? Baseball gods love this kind of stuff.
Checked his swing on a pitch away, 1-2. Yeah, the low first camera is not in a good place anymore. Altuve, Brantley, and Correa this inning, as Buehler misses up and away, 2-2. Tell you what, Walker Buehler, as good as he's been this year, hasn't had to have many starts where he's allowed a base runner every inning for the first 4. And that's what he's looking at tonight. He's been challenged tonight by these Astros hitters, although he dots up Altuve there on a fastball in the inner half for strikeout number 4. Plummer, they have a trio of pitchers that if you're going into a short series in the postseason, best of 5, that's a dangerous combination.
It's a really dangerous combination. It's just a matter of what order are you going to be able to put them in to have success. But you're really not going to be wrong if you go 1, 2, 3 with any of those guys. Matchups, left-handed, right-handed, who's in that lineup, force the manager to make a decision on who he's going to have face those guys. And it really, depending on what you do too, it also forces the opposing manager to see how they match up their rotation to those guys.
Astros facing Buehler and Scherzer in this 2-game series. Scherzer making his Dodgers debut tomorrow. That one low, 2-0. Brantley with a big double in this game, scoring the only run It was a 2-out double on a 3-2 pitch in the third inning, scoring Martin Maldonado. Fastball for a strike, 2-1. Buehler is a guy that used to take a lot of time in between pitches. His first year or two, he was one of the slower guys in the league, but every year he's gotten quicker. Now it's to the point where he's one of the fastest workers. And there's a line drive. Great diving play by Mookie Betts. Doesn't play a lot of second base, but that's a great play by Mookie on the infield.
That was a very good play by a guy who's been playing a lot of outfield in recent years. Now being moved into second base, taking away a base hit from the league leader in Michael Brantley. Mookie laying out. Full extension.
I understand you don't want him to play in the outfield with that hip, but that couldn't feel too good on the hip coming back.
When that adrenaline wears off, you're going to feel that a little bit.
Carlos Correa checks his swing and fouls one back. A really nice play by Mookie Betts, making the second straight start at second base. Correa has struck out and grounded out. That one's upstairs, 2-1. 5 hits by the Astros, matching the most Buehler's allowed in any start over his last 11. Correa missed that fastball. It's 2-2. Mookie playing 18 games at second base prior to tonight. 14 of them in his career came back in 2014. Only his 5th game in the last 7 years over at second base, but making a great play on Brantley in this inning. Swing and a miss. Correa goes down on strikes. 5 strikeouts for Buehler, his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. We are halfway home with the Astros leading 1-0. Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound facing the opposing pitcher Walker Buehler. Buehler grounded back to Lance's first time up. Lance delivers outside for ball 1. Well, Blummer, that's the one benefit. If you can get the number 8 hitter.
Yes.
To end that inning, which he was able to do against Pollock. Then you've got the pitcher leading off, but doesn't work out for Lance as he allows a base hit up the middle to Walker Buehler, who has himself just his 7th hit of the season in 51 at bats.
They just got to that fastball and shot it back up the middle.
Only the 2nd hit of the game to the outfield for the Dodgers, 3rd hit overall. The other hit with a single by Mookie Betts to the outfield, his first time up. Mookie's also flied out. Mookie 7 for 14 in his career against McCullers. As he swings at the first pitch, a slider, and fouls it away.
Hey, you'd actually love for Walker Buehler just to kind of wander around and stand around all inning on first base as Lance tries to work through Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, and Justin Turner. Maybe fatigue those legs a little bit.
Fastball fouled away, 0-2.
That last inning for Lance was very good in the sense that he was able to not let that error by Correa affect him. Only took him 6 pitches to get out of that inning, eventually getting A.J. Pollock and Cody Bellinger to finish off the inning after that error. That was pretty impressive composure and stuff.
Yeah, potential double play ball. A rare error by Carlos Correa prolonged that inning for a couple of batters. as Mookie fouls off the fastball here. He's been consistently 95, 96 tonight.
He really has. The velocity's been great. The body has been moving downhill towards that plate. He has done a very good job with that sinking fastball, averaging 95 miles an hour on that fastball tonight. He's touched 97.4 with that fastball.
A little more than a mile an hour, 1 mile point 3/10 higher than a season average. It's 1-2 on Mookie. Mookie's second game back off the hip injury. A great play at second base in the top of the 5th inning. Called, third strike. He froze Betts. He knew it. Mookie walks back to the dugout as Lance picks up his 6th strikeout of the night.
A lot of action on this slider. Starts at Mookie Betts and then just hits the brakes and comes back over that inside corner. Mookie knew it. That is just a pretty tough pitch to get to. Sometimes that backup slider can be one of the tougher pitches in baseball. Still depth to it, still good movement to it.
Here's Max Muncy, a couple of strikeouts tonight. Muncy called on a 3rd strike last time up. Didn't like that call as he takes one here over the plate for strike 1.
Well, Lance McCullers being in the zone against Max Muncy kind of frustrates the game plan of a guy like Max. He likes to see a lot of pitches. He likes that pitcher to work. He wants to get deep into the count. But if Lance is in there pumping strikes, it really forces Max to swing a little bit earlier in counts than he probably wants to.
And nobody takes more pitches than Max Muncy.
And then you're doing it with a curveball. You're doing it with a slider. You're doing it with a good 2-seam running fastball at 95, 96. And you can see that Lance is trying to slow him down a little bit early in the at-bats with off speed and then maybe rush that fastball late.
36% swing percentage, lowest in the major leagues this year. He swings at this one and slices one the other way, and that'll bounce into the crowd foul. Didn't miss by much going the other way, but Muncy down to the count 1-2. So Lance, who has 6 strikeouts tonight, 2 of them against Muncy, ahead of him again in this count. Two and two the count. Is that his changeup? 89. Pretty firm changeup if it was.
Yeah, that's letting it go.
In the air, slicing. Yordan Alvarez towards the line, makes the backhand play. Nicely done by Yordan for out number 2. Season tickets for the 2022 season are now on sale. Secure your seat for another great year of Astros baseball and enjoy great benefits like postseason access. Visit astros.com/season tickets to learn more.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
I was looking at the outs above average. I know it's a smaller sample size than most, but Yordan is at a big 0, which is perfectly average, which is fine.
That was a good play.
That was a good play.
That's all. And again, we've said it over and over, but if you can have him just play an average left field, maybe expand and make plays like you just saw going towards the stands, that's a beautiful thing. That'll increase the opportunity to maybe get him out there in some of these National League parks for the time being. But the reason he's out there is for that stick.
On the other side, Mookie Betts is actually a -1 on outs above average.
How about it?
I'm not saying Jordan's better than Mookie, but I'm just saying, hey, zero's a fine number.
Yeah, it is.
If you are 0, you're right in the middle of the pack, and there's a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2.
Turner has seen some tough pitches in this ball game.
Lance has had really good stuff from jump. He looks pretty amped out there. He knows this is a big matchup, potential World Series preview. Last series could have been a World Series preview as well. Doesn't get a chase there. 1-2. Turner has flied out to right and struck out swinging. The only problem for Jordan playing left field is the first base dugout is the visiting dugout for the Astros at Dodger Stadium. So Jordan has a nice haul to get in from left field, and so far he's led off 2 innings. He's going to lead off another inning in the 6th after this half inning. Swing and a miss. Lance fired up a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, picking up strikeout number 7. And the Astros lead after 5, 1-0.
Park app will complete your next visit to Minute Maid Park. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. It's Twitter Tuesday, presented by PNC Bank. We are getting lots of tweets tonight. Thank you so much. We've got one here from Dave talking about Bob Aspromani. So slick, fielding slow rollers to third. Love it. He is in the Astros Hall of Fame. Oh, more tweets. JR. I'd vote for JR too. He'd be in my Hall of Fame. Watching opposition batters step out of the box in fear. Thank you, Ray, for your tweet. Keep them coming on this Twitter Tuesday. We've got one more for you. Derek Bell. Got to go with him. Love the days in the Astrodome, guys.
All right, Julia, thanks.
If there's a spot for Operation Shutdown out there, I want to put it in there.
Jordan Alvarez leading off inning number 6 against Walker Buehler. There's bullpen action going for the Dodgers. Doesn't usually happen with Buehler in the 6th inning. We mentioned he has gone at least 620 of 21 starts this year. But the Astros have done a good job elevating that pitch count to 92 as it begins this inning. Jordan has flied out to left and struck out looking. And there's a strike on the outside edge. Jordan went 1 for 7 in that Giants series. A little tougher for Jordan when you go back-to-back National League cities in terms of getting consistent at bats, but he's in there tonight with the ground ball pitcher Lance McCullers on the mound. Jordan has had to make a good play on that ball last inning off the bat of Max Muncy. Another hesitation for Walker Buehler as more debris ends up on the field. Buehler had his first 1-2-3 inning last inning. And a fastball fouled away. Counts 0-2. Double by Martin Maldonado. 3 batters later. Michael Brantley followed that up with a 2-out double in the 3rd inning. It's the only offense in this game so far. Counts 0-2.
Chasing that fastball up might have earned another breaking ball down in the zone from Buehler. Seemed a little more deliberate here in this inning so far. The Astros have made him work 95 pitches through those 5 innings so far.
Didn't throw 100 in any of his 5 starts in July, but he has thrown as many as 108 in a game this year. Executing 113 is his high season total. That came against the Giants last start of June. So we'll see how they manage this inning. We showed you the bullpen loosening up. Phil Bickford warming up in their bullpen. Alvarez hits one down the line in right, and this ball's foul and bounces it in the crowd. It's not far from where you watch the World Series.
Yeah, that's some pretty good seats. Had a good time down there.
They're even throwing foul balls back on the field.
Yeah, Alex Bregman doubled down that right field line, and Yasiel Puig laid out, missed it, spiked his glove. I found it to be highly entertaining.
Good at bat here by Jordan, fouling off 0-2 pitches from Buehler.
Here you go. MD Anderson strike zone is going to show you those fastballs up and breaking balls down. So working that outer edge both at the top half and the bottom half. Got a little bit quick on a curveball he could handle. Good take. So a couple more changeups to Jordan. We haven't seen too many throughout this game from Walker Buehler. Jordan being the recipient of most of them. Only his 5th changeup in this ball game.
That's 8 pitches in this at bat with a guy who came in with 92 pitches in the inning. So Jordan doing his best to get Buehler out of the game regardless of if he reaches or not. Down and in, almost hit him. 2-2.
Going with the breaking ball. Down, almost catching that front leg of Jordan.
10th pitch to Alvarez. Line drive center field. Going back on it and making the play is Chris Taylor. Even though he's out, that's a great AB by Jordan for the first out of the 6th inning.
Houston Methodist is going to bring us our league leaders. How about run differential? Astros at 150, just ahead of them by 14 runs are the Los Angeles Dodgers at 164. Behind them, the Giants. All contenders on that list as far as run differential is concerned. 2 in the National League West, a couple in the American League East.
That long at bat by Alvarez caused Mark Pryor to head out to the mound, give his starter an extra breather here as he's at 100+ pitches now. Double barrel action going for the Dodgers, as joining Bickford is the left-hander Victor Gonzalez. Here's Aledmus Diaz, singled his last time up, and fastball fouled out of play. Yeah, the 2 highest scoring teams in baseball, Blummer, and you just showed the 2 best teams in run differential. This is a battle of the heavyweights for this 2-game series in Dodger Stadium. That one popped up near the Astros dugout. Muncy will have room and puts it away for out number 2. Two outs, base is cleared. That's 6 in a row sent down by Buehler. Now face Kyle Tucker. As Buehler sitting at 104, in case you're wondering where Lance is, he has thrown 84 pitches through his 5 innings of work. Tucker has doubled and drawn a walk. First pitch fouled off. 1-1 the count. Buehler's walked 2, one of them intentionally tonight. Walking Maldonado to get to Lance McCullers Jr. with a base open. Foul tip, Tucker down to the count 1-2. So with the next pitch, this will be the second highest pitch count of the season for Buehler. Through 113 pitches against the Giants on June 29th at 109 will be his second highest total. Good take by Tucker. The count's full. Astros have had good at bats all night long, even though they have just 1 run scored against the Dodgers right-hander. Guessing this will be the last batter no matter what.
Yeah, I would imagine with this pitch count, some of these pitches up elevated, you can see the deep breath in between each pitch for Walker Buehler. Trying to find a way to get through Kyle Tucker and finish off this 6th inning. Tucker probably hoping he gets that hanging cutter and he can smash it.
Inside, ball 4. This may be just the second time all year that Buehler does not complete 6 innings. We'll see what Dave Roberts will go to his bullpen here. A discussion with Mark Pryor. Roberts giving a long look out. He knows how much of a horse Buehler has been this year, and he may have him face one more batter.
It was almost as if they were waiting to see and make sure that it was going to be Rabel Garcia. There's a conversation between Dave Roberts and Mark Pryor, the pitching coach. Conversation could have been, what are you seeing? Do you think he has enough to get through another hitter? How is he going to approach Rabel Garcia? Do you like this matchup?
Well, Bickford's been ready, the right-hander in the Dodgers bullpen, just standing around, but they will stick with Buehler here to try and get them through 6.
Well, it felt like they might have tried to get the lefty hot quick to face Kyle Tucker, but that quick at bat against Aledmys Diaz got Tucker in the box before he could get loose, so it kind of forced him down and kept Bickford up.
Garcia, a late addition to this lineup. Yuli Gurriel scratched due to neck stiffness, and Garcia getting a start.
Kyle Tucker is the Astros' current stolen base leader with 9. It was Miles Straw before he was traded to Cleveland.
How about the 2 leadoff hitters in that Cleveland-Toronto series? Miles Straw and George Springer.
You had to go there, huh?
Pretty cool. George hit another home run tonight.
I would imagine with those games done on the Central and East Coast, they might be watching this game intently.
Well, pop up on the infield, played by Corey Seager. That'll do it for the Astros in the 6th inning. So Buehler does get through 6 for the 21st start out of 22 tries.
AT&T Sportsnet app on iTunes or Google Play. You can also go to attsportsnet.com to stream from your computer. Log in with your cable account and you're all set. Available to customers with AT&T Sportsnet as part of their TV subscription. Blackouts and territorial restrictions apply.
Lance McCullers Jr. back out there with the Astros leading 1-0. He'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Dodgers. Corey Seager chops one towards Carlos Correa in the shift. Easy play for the Astros shortstop. Seager retired for the second straight time on a ground out to Correa. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Lance with 1 pitch and 1 out here. Only at 85 pitches. Buehler had to throw 113 pitches to get through the 6th, matching his season high in pitch count. Buehler walked 3, allowed 5 hits. One of those walks intentional. Just 1 run, though, in 6 innings. Nice pitch on the outside edge. Will Smith down on the count 0-1. Blake Trinan now warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. Appears to be the man for the 7th inning for Dave Roberts. Lance misses outside. It's 1-1. McCullers has allowed 3 hits and a couple of walks. 3 singles and 2 walks tonight. Doesn't get Smith to chase that pitch off the edge. It's 3-1. Got in on him on that 3-1 fastball.
Gosh, that fastball just runs, doesn't it?
That had a lot of good movement.
And it's almost, you almost feel as if he takes it down to 93 like that last pitch was, 92, 93, there's almost more run on it. Want this pitch on that outside corner, but it just leaks and continues to run in. But as long as it stays out of that middle third, you can be in pretty good shape with the movement McCullers has.
Got him. That's 8 for Lance McCullers. He has had at least 8 strikeouts now in 6 consecutive starts.
Working the outside edge, fastball in, and then start that slider in the same spot. You can see a little bit of hesitation in Will Smith's swing as he tried to recognize and react, and he just couldn't. Lance McCullers has been amazing tonight.
Now facing Chris Taylor, who's 0 for 2. Bounced one to Carlos Correa his last time up, reached on an error, also struck out his first time. Twitter Tuesday presented by PNC Bank, talking about the Hall of Fame weekend and who you consider for your own personal Hall of Fame. Killer Bees, Bass, Billy D, Biggio.
Some good ones right there.
Hacho, Billy H.
The OG Bees. Of course.
Ball in the left field. Yordan back on it. Puts it away. Lance McCullers Jr. strong through 6. A 3-hit shutout with the Astros leading 1-0. Baseball followed by Friday night fireworks. Enjoy a fireworks spectacular set to top hits after every Friday night home game. Visit Astros.com/fireworks to get your tickets to this Friday's game. On we go to the 7th inning. It has been a pitcher's duel tonight between Lance McCullers and Walker Buehler. 1-0 contest in favor of the Astros on a Michael Brantley 2-out RBI double in the 3rd. And Walker Buehler out of the game after 6. They turn it over to Blake Trinan.
Big right-hander out of that bullpen, doing a good job for the Dodgers this season. Again, that whip right at .99. 49 strikeouts in those 45 ball games. Astros have a lot of experience against Blake Treinen with his time in Oakland. He has pitched in 18 games against the Astros in his career and has a 2.50 ERA.
He will face Martin Maldonado. Then we'll see what Dusty elects to do with Lance McCullers Jr. Lance has 94 pitches thrown so far tonight. He's due up second. Then the top of the order, Jose Altuve. Nobody yet into the on-deck circle for the Astros. Nobody warming up either, so we'll see how Dusty plays it. Counts 1-0 on Maldonado, who doubled and scored the game's only run when he came home on the Brantley double. He's also been intentionally walked. Ground ball towards third, glove there by Turner. He'll make the play on Maldonado for out number one. Lance is going to stay in the game as he strolls out from the dugout and will bat for himself here in the top half of the seventh inning. Lance has struck out and grounded out tonight, getting a third at bat here. Missed the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. How about Lance showing bunt? 0-2 with Treinen stuff.
No, hey, tip your cap. It's okay. We would like to see Lance do a lot of other things on the mound.
Yeah, if he doesn't have to run the bases,
call it a strike.
Dusty just thinking about Lance getting through the seventh if he can.
Yeah, the only reason Lance is hitting right here is because he's pitching so well, and he's got that bottom third of the lineup coming up against the Dodgers. And Dusty favoring the hot arm of Lance McCullers.
Called strike, 99. Out number two, first strikeout for Treinen.
Hey, Hunter Pence making the Personal Hall of Fame list. Had himself a walk-off against the Dodgers back in 2011. I was waiting for the Tony Eusebio tweets to come out, and there it is.
You were anticipating those?
Oh, yeah. I feel like anytime we get a chance to bring up some past Astros, fans loved them some Tony Eusebio.
It's a nasty pitch right there.
Well, I almost felt like he broke out the extra nasty sinker at 99 to Lance McCullers.
Altuve has faced Treinen 10 times in his career, more than any other Astro. He's 2 for 10 with a double. There's a line drive the other way. They had Altuve shifted on the infield, and Altuve lines one into right field. We don't see Altuve shifted very much, and he's 2 for 4 tonight.
Pretty good piece of hitting right there. Got a gift with that fastball missing out over the plate, but still with the movement and velocity that Treinen bring, it's still a pretty good swing to put on that pitch.
Altuve with the 2-out base hit brings up Michael Brantley. Brantley, the best numbers of any Astro against Treinen, 3 for 7, including a home run.
Talked about Blake Treinen's pitch usage over the years to lefties and righties. He gets off that fastball to left-handed hitters and starts to cut it Still has pretty good velocity. It tries to get in on the hands instead of throwing that two-seamer away to them. Heavy on that two-seam fastball to right-handed hitters. Cutter still moves at 93.4 miles an hour on average.
Altuve with that base hit to right. They will also shift on Brantley. Brantley gets shifted a little more often, but less than 50% of the time. Altuve only gets shifted 17% of the time. The Dodgers second most in Major League Baseball in terms of defensive shifts. Only the Mets shift more. The Astros are third on that list. Counts 1-0 on Michael Brantley. There you see the shift on Brantley. The thing about Brantley with the shifts, though, he has a 4.14 WOBA when teams shift him. He is able to go the other way as well as anybody. That one fouled off. It's 1-1.
It's a lot of fun when you're able to see hitters get shifted and they're able to beat it, and they're actually trying to manipulate the baseball to beat those shifts. Earlier in the ball game, we saw Michael Brantley turn a cutter into a double. If he's able to do the same thing right here, you're going to see Jose Altuve off to the races.
Ooh, look out. Lead. Altuve caught on a pickoff by Blake Trinan to end the inning. Called out by Mark Carlson. Astros may take another look at this. They had a chance on Sunday to overturn a pickoff of Chas McCormick, but this one, after a review, says that Altuve's out.
Yeah, they actually tagged him on this one.
So that'll do it.
Is driven by Ford. Astros have faced the Dodgers 4 series since 2017. So the very next year, 2018, we're going back on this date. Actually, Justin Verlander opened this series against the Dodgers there, so the first time back at Dodger Stadium, and he was excellent. You see, he struck out 14 batters. There were 7 2/3. Just the 1 earned run that he allowed, which was on the 4th pitch of the night, so early on, and then shut them down. It was a pitcher's duel. They won 2-1. I should mention, though, they followed that up by pummeling the Dodgers the next night. It was 14-0, taking the series. That was the last time fans were in Dodger Stadium to watch an Astros-Dodgers game. Guys.
All right, Julia, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Lance McCullers Jr. back out there for more. Dusty Baker letting him hit in the top half of the 7th inning at 94 pitches. As Lance will face the bottom third of the order, Cody Bellinger, A.J. Pollock, and a pinch hitter for Blake Trinan. Astros start the inning with bullpen action going. Phil Maton, who threw the last 2 games in San Francisco, warms up here in L.A. This ball hit to straightaway center field, sending Kyle Tucker all the way back to the track, but he puts it away, and Bellinger retired on a deep fly ball to start the bottom half of the 7th. Lance will now face A.J. Pollock.
Good pitches against Cody Bellinger.
Pollock grounded out his first time up and fly to right his second time up. When he grounded out, he hit the ball at 97.8 miles an hour. That's the hardest hit baseball against Lance today by a position player. Incredibly, the hardest hit baseball was by the pitcher Walker Buehler for a single at 103 miles an hour.
It's pretty amazing,
right? Bellinger just became the highest exit velocity for a position player with that fly out to center at 99.7. This one off Lance, bouncing towards Rabel Garcia. His throw gets away, and heading to second base will be A.J. Pollock. A line drive that hit McCullers. Garcia fielded it, and then the ball got away at first. And McCullers will be checked out as he is down into a squat behind third base.
Happened pretty quick. Probably have to check out a couple of replays to see exactly where that got Lance McCullers as Jeremiah Randall, the trainer, out there to check on him. Caught that left heel of Lance McCullers, trying to jog it off. Just hope it catches more of that shoe than that ankle. Shoe can absorb more of the shock than that ankle region. Garcia maybe trying to do a little too much. Threw that ball before he actually had good grip on it, and it got past Aledmys Diaz, allowing the base runner A.J. Pollock to get into second base.
Matt Beatty has been announced as a pinch hitter. He's a left-handed hitter. As Lance was being checked out on that line drive, Blake Taylor just began to warm up. Thus, he's got the combination of Lance at a high pitch count at 99, and also his starter just taking a line drive off of his leg. Lance says he's fine, and Dusty's having a long conversation with him here.
Trying to get Blake Taylor loose. Lance is going to stay in there.
So he will face the pinch hitter Beatty. Runner on second base with one out. Astros committing their second error of this game. Beatty hitting .251 on the year. And the Astros are going to go over their scouting report on the left-hand hitting Beatty.
Well, the tough part about this is with the first out of the inning with Cody Bellinger flying out to center field, A.J. Pollock hits one off of Lance. Yes, it's going to be a tough play for Rabel Garcia. If you could keep that runner at first base, it keeps that double play in order. It keeps that runner out of scoring position. And how many times have we talked about giving an extra 90 feet to the Houston Astros, giving them an extra out, and how they seem to capitalize on it. But last time there was an error behind Lance McCullers in this game, he came back and threw 6 pitches and got 2 outs. He's going to have to keep his poise right here and execute some pitches against Beatty.
Runner on second base with one out. 100th pitch of the night for McCullers. Swing and a miss. Almost as many sliders as sinkers tonight. Scoots away, but not far enough. The count's 1-1. Lance has gone as many as 111 pitches in a start this year. I mentioned earlier he's averaging 6th most pitches per start of the season of anybody in baseball. Good breaking ball for a swinging strike. 1-2.
Very good breaking ball. And as a pinch hitter, you go up there and you say, I'm going to be aggressive on that fastball. And out of the hand, that pitch has that similarity coming out of the hand of looking like a fastball and then snaps down out of the zone. And again, that curveball has been old faithful for Lance McCullers for so many years, especially against left-handed hitters. Needs to find one more to get Beatty out of here.
Beatty goes down swinging. That is a big strikeout for Lance. Strikeout number 9. 2 outs in the inning.
3 curveballs in a very similar spot down and in, and he gets 3 swings over the top. Talked about how he had to execute, and he executed beautifully in that at bat.
Well, here's Mookie Betts. Dusty Baker's going to show faith in his starter, Lance McCullers Jr. Mookie, in his career, has been good against Lance. 1 for 3 tonight. 7 for 15 in his career. Phil Maton, who has been warming up all inning, is now going to sit down. Mookie played on Sunday in his first game back off his injury. Went 2 for 5 with a home run in that game. Playing second base again tonight. Made a great defensive play. Misses the slider. 0-1. Lance has had 7 swings and misses on the slider tonight.
That was an aggressive slider early on from Lance.
Fouled back. 0-2. Lance trying to work around a second infield error in this game. 4 hits, all singles. 2 of the 4 singles have been infield hits.
Got some options here, 0-2. You can work around. You can try and set up a pitch, maybe 1 or 2 pitches down the road, or you can just go for the wipeout stuff that he's had all night long.
That fastball still coming in at 96 here for the last batter of the game at pitch number 106.
I'm not upset at that pitch. Stand him up a little bit. Speed up the eyes. You know, if you're looking off speed or fastball away and it's tails up and in, it's going to send a little bit of jolt through the mindset. Speed those eyes up a little bit.
More than half the pitches he has thrown Betts tonight have been the slider. Just missed top of the zone. 2-2.
Doubled up on that fastball. Almost caught that top portion of the zone too. Good velocity out of that right arm on 107 pitches now.
Well, this is the point of the game where Martin Maldonado wants to make sure they throw the right pitch. I think he wants one pitch and Lance might have another idea, so they're going to have a big discussion about it.
Well, you've got a runner at second base. You want to make sure that you nail down the signs, make sure you're right about the sequence you're going at right here. And again, it's to reassure each other. Maldonado wants to reassure himself that he's on the same page with Lance McCullers and make sure he's confident to go out there and make that next pitch or two if he has to.
Two and two to Betts. Fly ball. Right field. Long run. Brantley near the stands. And Michael can't quite make the play. He crashes into the net. Hopefully he's fine. Michael Brantley playing just his 10th major league game in right field. Had that ball slicing towards the net and couldn't quite come up with it.
Tough play. net, wall, visiting ballpark. Michael Brantley trying to give it his all to go over there and pick up Lance. Might have been right up against that pole holding up the net down that right field line.
Everything a little different in right field too for a guy who's played almost his whole career in left.
Good point. Very good point.
Brantley seems fine, and Lance will go back to Mookie Betts with a 2-2 count. Missed with 96.
That foul ball. Mookie and Lance exchange a couple of words.
Outside, ball 4. 110 pitches, one off his season high of 111. You've got a lefty due up. The lefty Blake Taylor has been warming up. And Dusty is going to go to Max Muncy here with 2 on and 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. This will be the biggest spot in Blake Taylor's career as he'll come on in this 1-0 game when we come back.
Driven by the DeMontron Auto Group. It's game 1 of 2 at Dodger Stadium, and the Astros get to Walker Buehler in the 3rd. Leadoff double for Martin Maldonado there. Michael Brantley is going to double him in, double to right. It's 1-0 Astros early. So Astros on the board. Lance McCullers, not a lot to work with, but he was great. He's been a lot of fun to watch tonight. 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3 inning out there at Dodger Stadium. And work through the 7th inning, the last couple of outs after taking a comebacker off the foot ankle. Nice job by Lance tonight, but it's 1-0 here in the 7th. Blake Taylor trying to keep it that way, TK.
Big spot for Blake Taylor. Lance looking on.
Sure is. Lance did a heck of a job throwing those 110 pitches, but right now everything rests in that left arm of Blake Taylor against Max Muncy.
Muncy has hit better this year against lefties than he has righties, hitting .317 against lefties. This one bouncing in there. Taylor may have pitched in big games last year, but he's never pitched in a bigger game than this one. And this year in front of crowds in his 2nd major league season. Misses the bottom of the zone, 2-0. Muncy has faced Taylor once before and grounded out. .3-0. This is the dangerous part because on deck is Justin Turner. Big swing, no contact, 3-1.
Got him with the fastball away, trying to stay away from that barrel.
Foul ball the other way. Now the count's gone full. So with 2 outs, Pollock off from 2nd, Betts off from 1st. 1-0 Astros lead, bottom of the 7th inning. Blake Taylor in the biggest spot of his young career. That was close enough. Muncy had to swing at that pitch. Would have been close either way. Might have been just off the edge. Now the count stays 3-2.
Good job by Blake Taylor battling back into this at bat, trying to win it. Got Muncy to expand, but just fighting that pitch off, trying to get another one.
Muncy draws a lot of walks. 4th in walk percentage in Major League Baseball. Taylor again, 3-2. Another foul out of play. Great battle, lefty on lefty. Blake Taylor got behind 3-0. He's thrown 4 consecutive pitches that have been in the zone or near enough the zone to cause Muncy to swing. Bill Maton getting back up in the Astros bullpen, but Taylor trying to work through this inning right here. Fly ball left field will stay in play. Jordan gives it a look, and it'll be about 4 rows deep. Muncy 64 walks on the year, 66 strikeouts. Got him! What a spot for Blake Taylor. Lance McCullers Jr. fired up. Blake strikes out Max Muncy to get through 7 innings. Astros still lead 1-0.
For the Houston Astros as they still lead 1-0, and a lot of the reason why is because Blake Taylor battled back after going to 3-0. Several fastballs fouled off, and he eventually went to the slider, and he got a pretty stingy hitter in Max Muncy to expand off the outside corner, maybe trying to do too much, and elation ensued. Huge out, not just for Blake Taylor and the Astros, but for a great outing from Lance McCullers.
6 2/3, 4-hit shutout baseball for McCullers. Struck out 9 through 110 pitches, 1 off his season high. He has now had 6 consecutive starts with 8 strikeouts, and that was his finest performance of the year. Going against the Dodgers team, 2nd in the major leagues in runs scored, only to his own Houston Astros offense. Now a 1-0 lead into the 8th inning, and Michael Brantley will lead off. He'll face a new pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have brought in the lefty Victor Gonzalez, who delivers a strike. Brantley was batting the last inning when Jose Altuve was picked off to end the top half of the 7th. What a huge out for Blake Taylor. They got Max Muncy there in the 1-0 game with 2 on and 2 outs.
I was impressed just the fact he battled back into that at bat. Then to go with that gutsy call on that 3-2 slider. But it gives you a great idea of the pressure put on both teams in this game. You talked about it being a playoff style matchup between these two, and a guy like Max Muncy, who is normally disciplined up there, expanding with that tying run at second base.
He saw fastball after fastball after fastball until he got that slider on the most critical pitch. The Astros don't have Ryan Presley available. He and his wife Kat enjoying the birth of their baby boy, so we thought Kendall Graveman might be the closer tonight, but Graveman is warming up here, and it looks like he might get the bottom half of the 8th inning.
I thought Kendall Graveman would have slotted right into that save situation. Closer.
Betts with a wide throw after he bobbled that ground ball, and Brantley is out number 1. Michael had that ankle issue in San Fran, maybe not quite running 100%.
Got a little bit of a collision down that right field line with the wall as you see Mookie Betts recover. Have time with Michael not showing the healthy wheels.
I'll bring up Carlos Correa getting his first look here at Gonzalez. Correa 0 for 3 tonight, facing a lefty for the first time, and takes a pitch down low for a ball.
You know, our feed comes from LA because it's the home feed. I hope that they're not saying anything too derogatory about Michael Brantley not hustling. I hope they understand that there is injuries in the very recent past for Michael. Normally a guy who plays the game extremely hard and hustles as often as he can, but a little hampered by some of those leg injuries and playing tough over the last couple of days.
Yeah, not only did he have the ankle coming into this game, but that collision last half inning.
Yep.
With the sidewall. Now Correa with a 2-0 count. See if Carlos can find a pitch to drive here. Down low, 3-0. Gonzalez this year against righties has allowed a .310 batting average, a .903 OPS. And he's got a 3-0 count here on Correa with Yordan Alvarez due up next. Down and in, ball 4. Correa draws a 4-pitch walk with 1 out in the 8th. Twitter Tuesday continues with Casey Candell is our favorite underrated player. Loved hearing Milo call him Mighty Mite.
Oh yeah.
Billy the Kid.
He'll be here this week.
Yes, he will. Billy Wags. Terry Poole, force of nature. Yordan looking for his first hit. He's flied out, struck out, and lined out.
One of the best teammates too, Michael Bourne. Good call. Local guy too.
Gonzalez delivers a strike. Dodgers will have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. So that could go into the thought process of going with Graveman in the 8th and somebody else in the 9th. Yordan drives one deep to right field. That ball is gone. Yordan Alvarez in Dodger Stadium with his first career hit against his former organization puts the Astros in front 3-0.
What could have been. Yordan scuffling through a couple of at-bats earlier, got a pitch he could handle, and he launched it. It's good to see some emotion from the big man with a big swing. Left on left, little bit of a wrinkle, and a laser to right. Yordan Alvarez, my goodness, 115.1 miles an hour off the bat, 415-foot laser beam, and the first guy over the ropes, Jose Altuve.
Altuve spinning over the guardrail in front of the dugout as soon as that ball was hit. Yordan Alvarez with his 20th home run of the year, RBI 68 and 69. He has 9 of his 20 home runs when playing left field this year in 19 games. Here's Aledmys Diaz 1 for 3. Aledmys pokes one the other way, foul. Air Yordan, 5 years and 2 days removed from the trade that brought him over from the LA Dodgers.
Yeah, that was a late Yordan gift right there.
There is the big man. Not sure if he'll stay in the game or not. Dusty considering defensive changes when his team has the lead late. He's got 2 extra outfielders now to choose from, with Chas McCormick and also Jake Myers, who made his big league debut on Sunday. strikeout for Ledmus Diaz, who's 1 for 4 tonight. Gonzalez picks up his first strikeout, 2 outs in the inning.
Beautiful swing from Jordan. They had the right location down, but with that pitch staying on that inner third, Jordan didn't have to reach for it. All he had to do was drop the barrel on it. That's that spot in the zone where you, as a left-handed hitter, it's just reaction. There's a nerve ending somewhere in your body as a left-handed hitter that just reacts to that pitch. You know, to your point about how they can shuffle the outfield a little bit, with Michael Brantley not running as well, that might be a thought too.
Jordan Alvarez with the big swing tonight, giving the Astros a 3-0 lead. Victor Gonzalez had never allowed a home run to a left-handed hitter until tonight. 57 career games, no lefty had ever hit a home run against him until Jordan connected for a 2-run shot.
Incredible.
Now he's telling Carlos Correa, Alex Cintron, how he did it.
Alex is going on. That's what I told you to do.
So easy when I tell you.
Give me a little credit.
There you see Graveman. He's ready to go. Inside, 2-1. The Astros got a run in the third on a 2-out RBI double by Michael Brantley. They add 2 more with Jordan Alvarez connecting on a 2-run home run in the 8th. Swing and a miss. Tucker with a 2-2 count. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Houston Astros and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Houston Astros. Little pop-up on the infield. Drifting back is Seager, the shortstop. He puts it away for the final out of the inning. But a big blast by the big man. Jordan Alvarez gives the Astros a 3-0 lead. Game we've ever had for Astros After Dark.
Until you went to that note.
Jake Myers was ready to run out to center field, and they're like, hey, where's your scouting report? Jake's like, oh my gosh, I have not played the field in a major league game. I forgot my scouting report. So there he goes. Jake Myers is going to play a little defense here in this 3-0 game in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Myers into the game. Chas McCormick also into the game. Kyle Tucker will shift from center field to his normal right field position. Jake Myers, first time in the big leagues, is going to be in center field. Chas McCormick will be in left, so Jordan Alvarez and Michael Brantley out of the game. Jake had a pinch hit appearance in Sunday's game against the San Francisco Giants. Here is the new pitcher for the Astros, Kendall Graveman.
Trade deadline acquisition. He's been very good in a couple of outings with the Houston Astros. He has shown an electric fastball, power slider, power off speed pitches. Everything he has is coming up there mighty firm. Did a really good job last time out with the 2-seam movement, working 96-mile-an-hour sinkers inside to a couple of left-handed hitters. Here in a big spot for the Houston Astros with the middle part of the order, the Dodgers coming up.
Justin Turner, Corey Seager, Will Smith due up. That is a beautiful pitch for a called strike on the outside corner. That 2-seamer starts off the plate and dials its way back onto the outside corner. .98 at the knees. Graveman quickly ahead of Turner, 0-2. How about Jake Meyers' first game in the field in the major leagues against the Dodgers? The biggest crowd in the major leagues this season, 52,692. Go get him, kid.
Third oldest stadium in Major League Baseball. The history the Astros have had in this ballpark, the rivalry, the noise he's probably heard for the last 8 innings, and now he's in it.
Just kind of taking it all in as you see the new defensive alignment with Myers in center. In his first game in the field in the major leagues, Chas McCormick in left. Line drive the other way. Justin Turner reaches base to start the bottom half of the 8th inning with a single to right.
Turner just inside outing, fighting off that fastball.
Graveman, since being acquired by the Astros prior to the game on Tuesday in Seattle, has pitched in 1 game. He pitched Friday. Faced 4 batters, retired 4 batters. Now he faces Corey Seager, who misses the fastball up, 0-1. Seager has never faced Kendall Graveman before. That's just so nasty.
That's that front door. Talk about the back door being the outside corner to a hitter. This is the front door right here, and this is a 2-seam running back onto the plate. In disbelief is Corey Seager at 97 miles an hour.
You haven't seen Graveman before. You can't believe the movement he has.
He asked the umpire, he said, did that come back? That's how impressed he was.
Swing and a miss for a strikeout. Graveman gets Seager for out number 1. Big out.
Just challenged him. Came with the heater and beat him with it.
That'll bring up Will Smith, who has struck out twice and walked. Will Smith has hit into 10 double plays on the season as he takes a fastball up at 98. Foul back, 1-1. Lance McCullers Jr. 6 2/3 innings of 4-hit shutout baseball. Blake Taylor, after throwing 8 consecutive fastballs to Max Muncy, struck him out on a slider. One of the biggest at bats of his young career. And now Kendall Graveman on here in the 8th. Hit him. 1-1 pitch hits Will Smith. That'll put 2 on with 1 out.
That could not have felt good. 97. 2-seamer running in. Catching that waistline.
Graveman will now go after Chris Taylor with 2 on in a 3-0 game. Taylor's faced Graveman a couple of times and grounded out both times. Turner and Smith the runners with 1 out. Good fastball at the bottom of the zone. Strike 1.
With that two-seam run and that velocity, Graveman also a very good ground ball type guy. Love to get one right here.
Taylor was the fastest Dodger on the roster. There's a ground ball towards first, played by Diaz to Altuve. The return throw not in time. Graveman covering, but with the speed of Taylor, unable to turn the double play. But the Astros do get one out. Now runners on the corners with two away.
Good play by a lead miss. Not an easy play when you got to throw it back to your second baseman who's covering that bag. Excellent job by Graveman just to keep that in front of him.
I was going to say Taylor was the fastest Dodger until they acquired Trey Turner, who's the fastest player in baseball. Here's Cody Bellinger. Bellinger has never faced Graveman before. 2 outs, 2 on in a 3-0 game. .97 on the inside edge. He started out the Bellinger at bat the same way he starts out the Seager at bat, with a two-seamer that rides in on the inside corner. That one backs him off the plate, 1-1. Turner on third. Taylor on first. 2 outs in the 8th. Big swing, no contact. Graveman ahead 1-2.
My goodness. Bellinger's not a guy that's going to cut down with 2 strikes either.
Cody Bellinger, an infield hit in 3 at-bats, flying out to deep center field his last time up, facing Lance McCullers Jr. Called third strike. What a pitch by Graveman to get through a jam in the 8th inning. He dots it up on Cody Bellinger to strike him out. Astros lead 3-0 heading to the 9th. Houston Astros baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is presented by Jack in the Box. Our $5.99 triple bacon cheesy Jack combo is here only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
I have some results for you. This is tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. We asked if you could move the Astros into another division. Which one would you choose? And 46%. This is for the AL Central, just beating out the NL Central. But looks like everyone's really leaning towards the Central. Almost 1,500 votes. Thanks for voting and following at AT&T Sportsnet SW. DK?
And the NL West, no fun. San Diego, San Francisco, LA. It's a rough division over there in the NL West. Thank you, Julia. We head to the 9th. Brusdar Graterol will be the new pitcher for the Dodgers, facing the bottom third of the Astros lineup.
It's a big right arm out of the Dodger bullpen. Ten games this season, 6 ERA, only 6 strikeouts in those 10 games. .250 that batting average against.
So Graterol will face Robel Garcia and then Martin Maldonado and Chas McCormick. When the Astros brought in the 2 outfielders, they did switch up the lineup a little bit. Chas now hitting in the 9 spot. Jake Myers hitting in the 2nd spot. And the pitcher spot, which is currently occupied by Kendall Graveman, is hitting in the 4th position. Astros have their bullpen going again. Ryan Stanek warming up. Appears that he will get the 9th inning in this 3-0 game. Garcia 0 for 3 tonight. Misses the 101-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2. There's Stanek. Hasn't had a chance to close too many games for the Astros this year, but looks like he's going to get an opportunity tonight with Ryan Presley not with the team. Swing and a miss. Garcia goes down. Gratterall picks up a strikeout of the first batter he faces.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud is going to show you that rocket launcher of a swing that Yordan Alvarez has. 415 feet. Second hardest hit home run this season for Yordan Alvarez at 115.1.
Here's Martin Maldonado, who is doubled, been intentionally walked, and then grounded out. 102. Just dotting things up at 102. Twitter Tuesday presented by PNC Bank. Jimmy Wynn on our personal Hall of Fame list from AJ. Maldonado into right field, pretty well hit. This ball all the way back and off the top of the wall. Martin Maldonado heading to second base. He will be safe.
My goodness.
He ran into the glove of Seager, tripped, and still found the bag. It's another in Maldonado's sliding hits of 2021.
And he's obviously okay, thankfully.
He's had some of the best moments on the base paths of any Astro all year.
That ball was smoked, by the way. That's 101 on the outside corner, tased out there and almost got out of here. Valiant effort by the Dodger fans out there in right field. But as this ball kicked back to Bellinger, he came up firing. And I think Seager might have been anticipating the collision. And then Maldi happened.
Oh my goodness. The degree of difficulty during this Olympic time for some of the Maldonado slides we've seen this year.
Yeah, that was a brilliant dismount.
And then a smile for the dugout, which is probably cracking
He
up.
posed for it. I mean, like nothing happened. He posed and put up the peace sign. I'm like, are you kidding me? Who has the awareness? Just Martin.
Gotta love him.
He's been killing baseballs here on this trip, too.
McCormick into left field. That's hit pretty well, but lining it up is the left fielder A.J. Pollock for out number 2.
Oh, here we go.
Like a front of a magazine cover.
I'm not sure what magazines you're buying, TK.
Maldi. Now here is Jose Altuve batting for the 5th time. 2 for 4 tonight.
Love Astros After Dark.
Yes. This does not feel like a normal Astros After Dark.
No, I am way too jacked up right now.
Yeah. Usually Astros After Dark, we're chilling out, kicking back, enjoying the sax. But tonight we are revved up in this 3-0 Astros lead in the 9th inning. Altuve facing Brusdar Gratterall. Jake Myers is on deck. If Altuve reaches, Jake will get a chance for his second major league at bat. He faced Jake McGee for his first at bat, and they're going to walk him to get to the rookie. They're going to say, all right, Jake Myers, seeing Jake Myers, or seeing Jake McGee, now you get to see a guy who throws over 100.
He's had some tough appearances.
Yeah.
The only people disappointed in that walk of Jose Altuve are the fans. But the Dodgers know what kind of damage Altuve can do. Going to put it in the hands of the rookie, whose second at bat isn't going to be any easier than the first.
Big numbers this year with Sugarland as he goes after 101 and fouls one off. Meyer struck out in his lone at bat in San Fran against McGee. Just called up to the team during that Giants series and making his debut on Sunday. So he sees 101 on the outside corner. Just looks too easy coming out of Graterol's hand to be 101, 102. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Dodgers will have their 8, 9, and 1 spots in the lineup due up. As Myers lays off that pitch away, 1 and 2. What a moment this would be if Jake Myers can drive in, tack on run here with a 3-0 lead. Shatters his bat. Graterol makes the play. Myers is out for the final out of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Stanek will be on to try and preserve this 3-0 lead.
The game is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Many matchups between the Astros and Dodgers. How about the 5th career no-hitter for Nolan Ryan against the Dodgers? He would eventually go on and get 7, but this one in particular ends with a Dusty Baker ground ball to third base. And that would be the no-hitter that pushed Nolan Ryan past Sandy Koufax. LA Dodger great left-hander. 5th no-hitter and all-time. Nolan Ryan on top with those 7. There you see Sandy Koufax with 4. Justin Verlander with 3. Tied with Bob Feller, Larry Corcoran, and Cy Young.
So here we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning in a 3-0 game, and the Astros will call on Ryan Stanek.
48 games this season, 56 strikeouts. Command is everything for Ryan Stanek with that fastball in the mid to upper 90s. Slider and split.
First pitch, fly ball to center field. First put out for Jake Myers in his major league career, and he handles it cleanly to retire A.J. Pollock. 1 out on 1 pitch.
The Astros return to Minute Maid Park to take on the Minnesota Twins Thursday night. 10,000 fans in attendance will receive a Jose Altuve replica shooting star jersey presented by AT&T Sportsnet. To get your tickets to the game, visit astros.com/promotions.
Stanek had 1 save in his career coming into this season. He has 1 save in an Astros uniform. It came back in April against Seattle. Again, Ryan Presley away from the team, and his wife welcoming in a new baby boy. Kendall Graveman had the 8th inning, and now Ryan Stanek on in the 9th. Billy McKinney will pinch hit here with 1 out and nobody on. 99-mile-an-hour fastball the other way, and Stanek has thrown 3 strikes out of the bullpen and ahead of McKinney 0-2. Stanek's other career save came with Miami in 2019 before his save on April 28th this year. 0-2 pitch is sent in the air down the left field side and out of play. McKinney hitting for Graterol, then back to the top of the lineup for Mookie Betts. Missed with the splitter in, 1-2. Lance McCullers Jr. 6 2/3 innings, 4-hit shutout baseball. Blake Taylor came on and picked up maybe the biggest strikeout of his career, getting Max Muncy with 2 on and 2 outs. Kendall Graveman allowed a couple of base runners in the 8th, but ended up with a beautiful pitch to get Cody Bellinger to end that inning. Just staying alive, getting a piece, is the pinch hitter McKinney. McKinney has been with the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Brewers, and the Mets in his young career. Acquired Wednesday from the Mets. Try to hold up on 99. He does, says the crew chief and third base umpire Bill Miller. It's 2-2. Pretty good battle here.
Yeah, Stanek just trying to find something to put McKinney away with. Just keeps fighting off that fastball away.
He's played with some quality teams this year. He's played with the NL Central leading Brewers, the NL East leading Mets, and now with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Got him. Maldonado's going to have to make the throw to first to get McKinney. He does for out number 2. Ryan Stanek picks up a strikeout, 2 away. Don't forget, coming up after our game, it'll be the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Kevin Eschenfelder, Brian Bogusevic will have all the highlights of this one, including a lot of pitching highlights from the Astros. Lance McCullers Jr. Zoom interviews, analysis, all that coming up after our game on the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger.
Really just an incredible matchup between Walker Buehler and Lance McCullers. And Lance McCullers showed an incredible amount of poise and great stuff tonight. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Now Stanek facing Mookie Betts. Missing up high for a ball, 1-0. That's 1 for 3 with a walk. A lot of matchups between these two, with Betts playing for the Red Sox and Stanek playing for Tampa Bay. That one misses up and away, 2-0. Final game going in the major leagues tonight. Oakland losing at home to San Diego 8-1. Astros have a chance to increase their lead in the AL West to 5.5 games with a win. Seattle won 4-2 in Tampa Bay. They are undefeated this year against the Rays. Seattle, if the Astros win, will stay 7.5 games back and only 2 games behind Oakland in that wild card picture. Betts fouls one back, 2-1. Ryan Stanek looking for that 3rd career save to try and finish this thing off. There are the updated standings reflecting the A's loss and the Mariners win. Los Angeles also a winner tonight. Fly ball popped up down the right field line, and that'll be out of play as Aledmys Diaz gives it a look, and now the Astros 1 strike away. Two highest scoring teams in baseball in a 3-0 contest tonight. Two up the middle. Altuve is there. The Astros win 3-0. Stanek ends the game on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball to induce a ground out for his 3rd career save. The Astros have shut out the highest scoring team in the National League 3-0, and Blummer What a way to kick off this two-game series at Dodger Stadium.
We knew it was going to be a lot of fun. We also knew it was an opportunity for Lance McCullers Jr. to go out there and show his mettle, and he more than did that. Did a great job in going 6 2/3, struck out 9 LA Dodgers. And how about these two vaunted offenses going after each other against two very tough pitchers? The Astros eventually coming out on top, suppressing this Dodger offense in their home stadium to a goose egg.
Unbelievable night for Astros pitching. Just enough offense, a 5-hit, 4-pitcher combined shutout. Astros win 3-0 to move to 4-3 on this road trip. We'll have plenty more coming up in the postgame show right after this.